It's me! I'm pregnant! Hello, Mama. Hello, YouTube. So, I have tried to make this video multiple times, recorded it the wrong way, like 4 times. I don't know. That being said, yeah, I had a miscarriage. I had a miscarriage January 8th. Trigger warning, this is gonna be very detailed, mainly because I want people who are going through the same things that I am to know what to expect, what it feels like, your symptoms, because I would have loved to, during my miscarriage, I was watching a lot of other vloggers' videos to try and get through it, to understand what if I was feeling was normal and everything. So let's get into it and try not to cry. So my husband and I moved out of our apartment that we lived in for 3 years. We moved in with our my in-laws, his parents, temporarily to recoup some of the money. Not that we lost, it's just we would like to, get our house and stuff like that and have everything situated. Once the move was done, I was wondering what we missed. So I had this sneaking suspicion that something was wrong. We did everything though. We moved over our address, we changed over the bills, we packed everything was in the storage unit. I had no idea what it was, but I had this, what is it? And I think everybody has that feeling during their move, so I was just trying to let it get to me and just keep going and finish off this move. December 31st, everyone toasted to the new year, and I went upstairs and I was looking at my period app and it had told me my period was late. Now, if anybody knows me at all, my period being late is nothing to me. I'm known to have months where I don't get one because I have PCOS, which is called polycystic ovarian syndrome.
Gotta care about my phone.
It'll be okay. My goodness. Sorry. So December 31st, we toasted the new year. I went upstairs, saw my app, and I was like, okay, well, I'll take these strip tests that I have. The first response strip tests that come in that big pack where it's 9 different times you can test as early as 6 days if you're mixed period, and test as often as you want. Well, I took one and it had this shadow line on it, and I was like, I've seen those so many times, let me take another one. That one also had 2 lines on it. I was like, how? First of all. And I was like, okay, well, I'll tell Rob tomorrow, let's go to Walgreens so we can pick up tests for this next cycle of us trying. The test came back positive. January 1st, I got my first digital positive on the first response. It said yes. You guys are gonna get to see that clip, I think, in this vlog. So I'm like, okay, I am for sure pregnant. Let me go tell my husband. My husband and I have been trying to conceive for a couple years at this point. So I have had a couple things saved up on the off chance that I did find out that I was pregnant. So I had a onesie, a little board that says, hello daddy, can't wait to meet you, estimated date August 2024. I show him, he gets excited. Well, he gets scared and then he gets excited later. And we were excited. We decided to start telling people because I've never been pregnant before in my life, so I felt like it was time for me to, you know, tell people. I know a lot of people are gonna say, don't tell people right away. Keep your, like, you know, just wait, be cautious. And I understand, but for me, I was just so excited. I just was like, I have to tell people. So I told people. I told my in-laws, my parents, my siblings, and my 2 best friends in the whole wide world that I was pregnant. I got my pregnancy confirmed by a clinic. They gave me my due date, which was September 9th, 2024. And they scheduled my ultrasound for my, you know, just to check in on the little bean and see how it was doing and all that stuff. Well, 2 days later, the feeling that I had in my abdomen changed from like this like balloon sensation. It felt like someone was inflating like a little like a little water balloon. It felt like somebody was like inflating one. It like was pulling, and like that feeling changed. I felt it change. It changed into like this deep cramp. It was deep. It hurt a lot, and I was telling people, like, did you go through this? And they were like, no, I didn't. And I was like, because this feels really weird, you guys. And so I like trusted my gut instinct, and I was like, I'm gonna make a doctor's appointment. I'm gonna go see the doctor. I went to an urgent care near me. Also, while this is going on, I had lost my health insurance, so health visits while pregnant and not being able to afford them is scary. So I went to the doctor's appointment. They came in and they were like, what seems to be the issue today? And when I told them about the cramping, they're like, oh, that's normal. Like, women go through that all the time. Like, pregnancy is different for different people. And I know they were trying to reassure me and stuff like that, but I genuinely was like, okay, but it feels different than it did like a day ago. I know that I've never been pregnant before, but I feel like this doesn't feel normal. This feels like I'm gonna start bleeding anytime soon. And they were like, oh, okay, well, we'll do a urine test and do a blood test. And I was like, okay, fine. The doctor walked in and had told me, who told you were pregnant? And that essentially like solidified in my brain what I knew and what my husband, like, and my husband was there with me during this appointment, and that solidified what I already knew or what I feared. Which I should drop the urgent care that I went to, because fix your bedside manner. That was awful. They were like, well, your urine is negative. Okay. And I had the confirmation of pregnancy slip with me that I got from the clinic that I had gotten my pregnancy confirmed by. And they're like, did they do a blood test? And I was like, no, but they did a urine test. And I have my other test that I took at home with me that confirms that I was in fact pregnant. She was like, okay, well, urine doesn't always confirm pregnancy. Urine, for any reason, you can get a false positive. I'm like, I took like 12 tests. You're telling me that something on in my body is making 12 pregnancy tests turn positive? Okay, let's go with your theory. So I was like, let's do the bloods. And she was like, okay. So I did the bloods. I didn't need them. January 7th at 7:30 p.m. I started spotting. It was light. There was mild cramps. It was like light enough that when I wiped I can see pink. and then it stopped being pink and it was bright red. And this is going to be TMI, but I think that it's important to talk about what comes next, because as terrifying as it is to hear, some people need to know what to do, what to expect, what to feel. It's just how it goes. I had cramps in areas that I've never had cramps before, in my lower back, lower to mid back. I've never had cramps for my period in my back before. That was weird. The feeling, it almost felt like somebody was like taking their hands and pushing into my lower back. That's what it felt like. And the cramps in my stomach were higher up, like almost like it's like right below, like right below my belly button. I've never had cramps that high up in my stomach before. Usually my cramps are pretty low and localized to like my lower abdomen, but the cramps were like higher up under my belly button. I've never felt that before. And I'm sorry if I'm talking fast, but talking fast seems to make this, I feel like I'm less likely to cry. But I feel like that was probably on a scale of 1 to 10. And I've broken my foot before. I've broken my foot and my hip. And on a scale of 1 to 10, the pain of my miscarriage was, I would say, at like a 5 to a 6. And I have a high pain tolerance. I would think that, you know, ignore the pimples growing here, 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 and here. Sorry. I'm doing okay. Since the miscarriage, I bled for 12 days straight, and then it turned to light spotting. So I would say 12 days of heavy bleeding and like 4 days of spotting. Not enough for a full pad, but enough for like a panty liner. For like 4 days after that, and then it stopped. And I haven't gotten my cycle back since, and it's February 24th now. Everybody's body is different. It might take 6 to 8 weeks for anybody to get their cycle after having a miscarriage. So if you're having one, expect to get your cycle right away or not. It's all up to your body at this point. I feel like going forward, I will be okay. This is a huge discouragement, but I have to keep going. There's nothing else I can do at this point. If you have any questions or anything, I'll answer them in the comments down below and stuff. And if you guys would like me to make another video about said questions, or if I get the same question over and over again, I'll make a video addressing each one if needed. My mental health plummeted these last couple weeks, and I'll miss my baby every single day until I see them again. Just know that you're not alone. Just know that even though I knew about my baby for about a week, I fell in love and I miss them dearly. Another thing is, find doctors who will advocate for you, because during my appointment following the miscarriage, to make sure everything was okay, a doctor looked at me and my husband and said, "Girl, it's a blessing you lost your baby, because they don't want to take care of no kids." And I was stunned and I didn't know what to say, and she looked at me on her way out and said, "What hobbies do you have?" And I was just stunned by what she had said to my husband, and that I couldn't think. I just couldn't. I just stared at her wide-eyed, and she was like, that right there tells me that should be your baby. That's your baby, girl. Focus on that. Please don't be that person. Please don't be ignorant. Please don't be rude to people who are going through something that you might perceive as a blessing, that I'm so young and that I don't need a child right now. You don't know what I need or what my life requires. I just want to document my life, and I know that putting this kind of thing, this very intimate and very like personal thing online, is me signing a waiver saying that I want to have it subjected to cruel comments. And while that is true, I'm hoping that you guys won't be too cruel, I guess. And if you are, I just have to accept that, I guess. That being said, I miss making videos. I'm sorry it's been so long. To you little 6 loyal subscribers, I will try to do better. I love you guys and I miss you. I don't know what I'm gonna vlog about yet, but expect some new vlogs coming soon from a Sarah near you. Sorry this wasn't the best comeback, but I'm back. See you guys. Bye.
So, how did I feel about the miscarriage? Well, a lot of things, really. First, just anger and a lot of disbelief, because so many doctors, no, not so many, but the doctors we talked to were saying things were going well. I mean, just before we got confirmation of the miscarriage, a few days ago, we were just at a separate doctor and they were like, yeah, no, it's going fine. Things are normal. Just keep eating a healthy diet and don't lift anything too heavy and whatever. So when we got the news, it was just a huge surprise, really. And the doctors who were giving us the confirmation were like, really, they were kind of asking us if we absolutely knew that we had a pregnancy, and we were just like, yeah, we took like 10 tests. And yeah, no, once the blood results came back, then it was fully not positive, but there was a miscarriage. It was just a big old shock. And obviously seeing Sarah like that, it was very painful seeing her go through that hard time. And it's a miserable feeling seeing your partner go through something like that. And I mean, what I tried to do around that period is just to be there for her emotionally and give her hugs, kisses, tell her things are gonna be all right. But you know, that helps a little, but you know that isn't gonna solve all the problems. So it still just feels a little, you know, like helpless. Like, what can you do about it? But you gotta do what you can. Me, as far as how I am now, it's gotten a little easier. A lot of how I feel about it is just based on how she's feeling, because just wanted to make sure she was okay. And she's not, you know, obviously she'll never be fully over it, but she's doing a little better now, so makes me feel a little bit more at ease for her. And as far as me personally, I just, you know, kind of miss that feeling of excitement about the future with a child. You know, at some point I was having, you know, daydreams of what the kid would look like and what we would all do as a family, how I dress this kid, how Sarah would dress the kid, how we'd take care of them. And once the confirmation of a miscarriage happened, it all just kind of went out the window. So yeah, but as far as nowadays, yeah, I'm doing a little better. And as far as this miscarriage discouraging me or Sarah to just keep on trying, I don't think it's going to be discouraging, but it's going to be scary when a positive pregnancy test does happen. Because of our previous experience, we're going to be a little bit more apprehensive. And the big thing is that she didn't know that she was pregnant, and we were moving. So if she gets a positive pregnancy test, we're going to be over analyzing our history of like, have you lift too much, or were you using too many chemicals, like what have you done and stuff like that. Just, you know, our experiences will just kind of shape how we approach this thing going forward. And overall, yeah, it was just kind of a rough start to the year, for sure. just the end of February, and we're still dealing with the effects of it. It's getting, like I said, it's getting a little easier day by day. So still miss the baby. So yeah, it was just kind of a really rough start to the year, honestly. It's just the end of February, and we're still dealing with the effects of the miscarriage, but it gets a little easier day by day. And I wish anyone who's going through the same thing as us best of luck going forward. And you know, yeah, it's rough.